Hey guys, this is Audrey. I'm at Bikram Yoga St. John's with the owner Kay and one of her teachers Peter. And we're going to be talking about camel pose and some elements of camel pose. It's a posture that people feel very passionate about, one way or the other, excited or scared. And there's two different things that often happens in camel pose. You either have a very flexible body and you can sort of overdo this posture, or maybe your body and your spine is a little bit less flexible, which means maybe you feel like you can't grab your heels because they feel very far away. So we're just going to talk about mostly the line, go back halfway only, and what that looks like in different bodies. So to use a really flexible body example, we're going to look at Kay's camel pose. She's got a very open spine, and she has the possibility of making this posture really bendy. So the idea with camel pose is it's not the deepest back bend in the series, but it's an even backward bend. It's supposed to be a 360-degree back bend, which just basically means an even bend through your spine. So Kay's going to first demonstrate what it looks like if you have a really open body and you sort of overdo the posture. So she pushes her hips forward. She goes back, but she's going to bend all the way backwards, and then she's going to grab her heel. She's going to have to grab really far down. She's basically on her toes. And then she's going to push her hips forward, and you're going to see her hips are going to go beyond her knees. They're going to go really far forward, and you can see there's a lot going on in her lower back. But the rest of her spine is not really, there's not much going on there. So she's going to come out of it. All right, and now, yeah. So, you do that once in a while, it's not a big deal, but the idea is sustainability over time. So over time, you want to be evenly working through your spine, not overdoing one area. We have so much issue with overuse, injuries in our bodies anyway, that you don't want to be creating it in your yoga practice. So we're going to look at this posture a little bit differently. So Kay's actually going to have to practice some self-control in this posture. For the open body, you're going to have to sort of do less, what feels like less, but more correctly. So she's going to put her hands on her hips, take a deep breath, push her hips forward, drop her head back, go back halfway, yeah? And then reach. So she wants to reach for the heel. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, yeah? And then she's going to reach for other heel. Thumb outside, fingers inside. Take a deep breath, eyes open, exhale, and push her hips forward. So she's just going to push a little bit. You can push a little bit more. Yeah, so you can look at her spine now, 360 degrees. So sometimes people look at the angles. You can see 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, kind of 90 degrees. And that's a more even back bend for her, which may not feel like a lot, but it's more correct. And so similarly, we're going to look at Peter's camel pose. So the other thing that people you may feel in this posture is that my heels are so far away, I can't reach my heels. So the adjustment we make there is to, again, that go back halfway to close the gap between the shoulder and the heel. So first Peter's going to try it without that go back halfway. He's just going to try to bend his spine to get there, which is going to be a little bit different. So he's going to put his hands on his hips, drop your head back, and just try to bend and just reach for your heel. Yeah, so for him it's not happening, right? Then you have that flailing around like, oh my gosh, where are my heels situation? Yeah, which is not good either, right? So you want to go one hand at a time. So this time we're going to have him go back halfway, which is going to close the gap between his shoulder and his foot. Yep, so he's going to lean a little bit, and then he's going to reach for it, one hand, and then the other hand, thumb outside, fingers inside. Now take a deep breath, eyes open, exhale, and push your hips forward. You push a little bit more. Yeah, so now you can see he's got that 360-degree angle backward bend for gravitation. That means with gravity. Good. Hands back on the hips, chest up, spine straight, blah, 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 blah. Awesome. Thank you. So you can see with either body, either a flexible body or an inflexible body, using that same concept, that going back halfway and having that even backward bend, you get 100% benefit out of your posture. And Kay is running away. I'm not sure if she wants this part in the video, but oh, yes.
Giving me what to say.
Camel pose.